Well, the neighbor just started whippersnippering or chainsawing or something, so that's fun. All right. Hi. Um, we're gonna keep going with the octopus today. I've changed my desk around in my room, so a little bit of a different background. Nothing special, just the chair that I read in, um, some books, a table, a pretty bottle lamp that my partner bought me a couple of years ago, and the ukulele sitting in the bag. um, I did want to talk about something today, so let's get straight into that. When I say straight into that, I first mean we're about to choose colors for this. So I don't think I want to work on the actual octopus today. I want to do like the behind it kind of artwork, and I was going to do greens. So, blues, purples, pinks, and then like green as the background. But I haven't done anything orange in this coloring book for a while. So I've got my like orange, red, kind of browny colors and yellows. So I think I'm going to start with the orangiest orange. And yeah, we'll go from there. With this, I always like to make the maybe I should do it pretty chaotic because I always like to make the artwork symmetrical. I'll quickly show you previous ones I've done. So I did this little guy a while back, and if you look really closely, all of this stuff around the outside is symmetrical. Same with this pretty butterfly or moth or whatever it is. This was actually the first one I did, so I really liked that. But a couple of weeks ago, months ago, I don't know, that one's all symmetrical too. I like this one. I called it Fire and Ice. So yeah, thought that was cool. But a couple of weeks or months ago, whenever I last was doing one of these, I decided to mix it up a bit. Here we go. So with this owl, it's still symmetrical, but it's opposite. So it's not exactly symmetrical, and I like that about this. It's something different. It's interesting to look at. So I think I'm going to do the same kind of thing with the octopus, and in fact, that'll kind of take some pressure off me because I find that when I'm talking and doing this, my distraction, I get distracted very easily, or I lose my train of thought, and yeah. So we're just gonna see where the pen takes us with this one, and not worry about anything looking absolutely perfect. So I feel like I'm in a bit of a writing slump, and I know for the last like two live streams, the last 2 weeks, I've said the same kind of thing where I haven't been doing as much writing as I think I should be. I do feel a little bit guilty about that, and I feel like I should be doing more, but I'm not. Um, I actually don't remember what video it is. Maybe it's the one coming up. No, I think it's the one we just posted, or it's one that I recorded the other day but haven't uploaded yet. Anyway, in an upcoming video, I talk about self accountability and if it's even possible. I have always found that when I um, have somebody holding me accountable or somebody waiting on me for something, writing wise, I get the work done. And I just I struggle to do that on my own unless it's like NaNoWriMo and it's a challenge that I'm participating in with like a bunch of other people or something. I find it hard to sit down and get the work done. And I don't know why, because I want to do this. I want to be a writer. And I've said that in the past. Like, I know I want to do this, but why is it so hard to actually sit down and do? And I think last week I was talking about, or I don't know if it was in the live stream or if it was with as somebody in person, but I remember saying last week, like, I wonder if it's because I'm overwhelmed with everything. I have to create an entire, well, I'm choosing to create an entire world from scratch. And I'm choosing to um, make up absolutely everything and make every decision for this story, this trilogy that I'm creating. And if I don't know where it's going, that's very like um intimidating because there's a lot to figure out. So yeah, that's where I'm like what I'm feeling at the moment, where I'm at with writing. So I woke up this morning and I scrolled on Instagram for like the first probably 2 hours of my, not 2 hours, maybe hour of my morning, which I hated. I started to feel crap. I started to feel like I've got no motivation to even do this live stream or to do anything. Why am I and like why am I doing this to myself? So I deleted Instagram off my phone and instantly just was like, okay, what am I going to do next? Start getting ready for this. And I feel like I don't have a routine set in place where I can set myself up for the day or set myself up for the week and actually accomplish things and get things done. And I when I've done that accountability with other people in the past, I have made sure that I set myself up in ways that lead me to succeed. So the night before, I'll always set up my laptop and I'll have Scrivener open and I'll have the internet not connected or the window not open for the internet. And I will make sure that whatever I'm working on, I look at like what I did in the last writing session for a couple of minutes before I go to bed. So when I wake up in the morning, I know exactly what I have to do. And that had I did that for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and that was awesome. I felt so good doing that, and I got things done. It was productive. But the thing is, it's like I needed somebody to hold me accountable to actually doing that. Whereas if I did that for myself, I'd be in a different place right now. I wouldn't be saying these things for the same, third week. So I'm going to make a change. I am going to do a couple of things to set myself up to start writing again. But I have a couple of thoughts around it this time. I was listening to Sarah Cannon's live stream on her author channel, the Sarah Cannon channel, yesterday. And she knows that she's not a everyday writer. And I thought, that's interesting because from what I hear from a lot of people in this writing community is you have to write every day. Make sure you sit down and you get your words done, or you sit down and you get your pages done, or you sit down and you get your amount of hours done. And I've tried all of them. And I haven't come across anything that like actually works. And I find that when I I've got a very flexible, I'm very blessed to have a very flexible schedule. I work night hours here in Australia, and that means I have the whole day to myself and then I work at night. And I'm very, very happy with that. What it also means is that I'm completely in control because I work for myself. I'm completely in control of my own my own schedule and what I do. So if I don't want to do anything, I don't do anything. Um, but yesterday, or actually, I can't remember now. Everything's kind of blurring into one. It might have been Saturday, might have been Friday. One of the days this week, I um, was uploading next week's blog post, getting next week's YouTube video ready, or this week's YouTube video ready. And I got into such a flow with doing that content creation, and I was really enjoying it. So I kept going and I recorded the next like 5 or 6 voiceovers for the next 5 or 6 YouTube videos, and I wrote like another 2 drafts of blog posts for the future. So I find that I only planned to do one, but I wanted to stay in that space and keep going. And that was really, really good. And I spent a couple of hours, like all day, on that stuff. So I'm wondering if I'm putting too much pressure on myself to be a writer the way that the majority of people say that you have to be a writer. And I that's just the majority of people that I come across. So I'm not saying that everybody is a day writer and only, 2 of us are writers that, sit down and write 10,000 words in, a day and just get everything done and then move on for a week and not do anything else. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are different ways to do it, and it's okay to try different things. Um, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try something different. I am going to try um, writing days, not necessarily um, daily writing. Yeah, I'm going to try that. And I don't know how it's going to go. I think I'm going to enjoy it, but and I need to remind myself that as soon as I sit down and actually start the writing process, I got to give it like 15 minutes to half an hour, and then I'll be in a flow state. I know that's how I get. It takes me a while to get into um, the activity that I'm doing. So I think I can't rely on the muse. And I once heard in a podcast, I don't remember what podcast it was. It might have been the Self Publishing Formula podcast, and this was years ago. I once heard somebody who was being interviewed say that the muse is their bitch. They don't believe that you sit down and you wait for the muse to show up. She was saying that she sits down and she has trained the muse to show up. Like, she will sit there and get the work done, and the muse, she expects her to arrive. And if she doesn't arrive, she still sits there and does the work. I need to be like that. If I actually want to get this trilogy done this year, which was my goal, and I've kind of probably 3/4 through actually finishing the first book, I think. Don't know, never done this before, so don't even know if it's possible, but that's what big hairy goals are for. Um, so if I really want to get this trilogy done this year and write 2 more books, I know I need to get my butt in the chair and do the work. Wow, this is like turning into a image, Hannah. Like, come on. I'm thinking like I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly what I need to do. So it's just time to do it. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try not writing every day, but writing for a day. Um, I'm gonna choose the days where I don't have anything on. And right now, my writing process looks a lot like um, thinking and planning and not actually doing much, but it's a lot of it's a lot of brain power, really. I went for a walk on the beach yesterday, and I put on my voice memo app, and I started talking to myself. And I had my headphones in, so everyone else who was on the beach and looking at me didn't think that I was talking to myself, which I was. Um, but I talked for probably 20 minutes and came up with some good ideas for the story, plus connections between the characters. And at the moment, like, that is writing. That isn't just walking along the beach talking to yourself. That is creating things. And I need to remember that too. Like, there are different steps of writing, and it's not all just sitting in the chair typing words. Because for me, I like to talk things out, and I need to get things out of my head. And sometimes I don't know what exactly I want to type, so I just blur, which is what I'm doing now, and it just works. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about this orange and reds and yellows. Hmm. We'll keep going. There's no turning back now. So that's something that I wanted to really remind myself today is that I don't always have to do it the way everybody else says it has to be done. Um, if everybody did everything the way that everybody else had done things in the past, there'd be no innovation, there'd be no new creations. And I don't know if you can hear that chainsaw. It sounds pretty close. Um, yeah. The other thing that I wanted to mention today was I went and watched the Buzz Lightyear movie yesterday. I thought it was pretty good. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed the process of the story more than the actual story itself. That's just the writer in me analyzing plots and structure while sitting in a movie. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was very clear to me that the message of the story was you don't have to do everything by yourself. At least that was one of the messages in the story. Actually, I'm going to do a bit more yellow here. Um, yeah, you don't have to do everything by yourself. You can ask for help. And that's something I'm realizing with this author journey so far is the first editor that I hired, they were saying, um, you don't like it does take a village. Like you have editors, you have beta readers. If you're in the traditional publishing sphere, you'd have many, many layers of people looking over your book before it gets to publish. Um, so it really does take a village. And I always thought that I was going to do this by myself, that I don't need anyone else. Like I didn't even think I'd have beta readers, but now I'm thinking I need more beta readers. So I need to remind myself as well that I'm not alone, even though I kind of am. Um, there are other people out there going through the same journey, and there's no harm in reaching out and asking for help or sharing where you're at with the journey. And that's what I'm here to do right now. Is I feel stuck and stagnant and kind of a bit unmotivated to do anything. um, but I think that's just something that everyone goes through. So if you're going through that, you're not alone. I'm here and I feel you. And I think now I'm actually going to try and figure out exactly what I'm going to do to get out of this little slump. So accountability has always been something that works well for me. Where does this tentacle go? Changing colors here and there. Um, accountability has always been something that works well for me, but I don't want to rely on other people to get my work done. I need to do it myself. Like I need to actually rely on myself to do it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a strict like morning routine. And when I say morning routine, I can't do the whole at 7 o'clock I wake up, and then at seven. Oh, I was about to do green. Let's go back to red. And then at 7:30 I've had my breakfast and I'm ready for the day, and I've done my meditation and I've done a quick workout. And it's just not me. I with such a flexible schedule, sometimes I feel like I want to go for a walk on the beach in the morning. Like my day, I can. I'm. I really like that I can tailor it to how I'm feeling that particular day when I wake up, which I am very lucky to be able to do. Um, I think I think what I need to do is like say I've got these three things that I need to do today. One thing for my muggle job, this for writing, and this for my health. And whatever happens throughout the rest of the day, I at least spend time doing that, or like those three things. And with like a morning routine and stuff, I just want to make sure that I'm not getting on my phone, that I am um, doing my skincare stuff and looking after my body. Um, Yeah, I think I'm going to work on that after this. But honestly, I don't have the secret for it. I wish I did. But if anything, I think the secret is just you don't stop. You just keep going because even though um, time is like an illusion and it's relative and all this stuff, it's still something we live our lives by. So no matter what, when we wake up, well, the sun will go down and the sun will come up, and we just have to keep moving forward one step at a time. So I think as long as I'm getting the important things done each day, it doesn't I don't have to have a strict schedule. And I've thought about this too in the past. Like with school, it sets us up to have a timetable to know exactly when you're eating lunch and exactly when you've got math class and science and physical education. Like it's all built into your day, even so far as to like you have to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. With adult life, depending on your job, like you could do, there's so many different ways to live a day. And that's what I've been struggling with is I when I have a strict schedule, I buck against it and I don't want to do the schedule. Like I'll see that it's a really nice day outside and I don't want to spend all day on my computer doing writing or muggle stuff or um, like YouTube video editing or things like that. I'd want to go outside and go for a walk and actually enjoy the day. And I've set my life up in a way that I can do that. Um, so I don't also want to feel guilty for not doing what I say I should do that day. Um, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Makes sense to me. So I think from everything I've been saying today, there's no one way to live life. There is no right or wrong way to live life. And I think as long as you're moving in the direction that you want to go and you're happy, happiness is a big thing. If you're not happy, then what are you doing? Um, yeah. If you're taking the steps, if you're making progress a little bit at a time, here and there, um, over time, you're sorry, the delivery man just showed up. I wonder if it's my partner's present. It's our 8-year anniversary next Tuesday. So I wonder if it's that his present. Um, yeah, if you're making progress, if you're happy, I think that's kind of all that really matters. Because there's an argument to be made that that's the whole meaning of life argument to be made, and I'm not going to go there today. um, yeah, I feel like today's talk has been very much like this coloring in. It's all over the place. Um, but I know what I want to do, and that is I want to write. I want to enjoy myself and my life and my day. I want to accomplish things and keep moving towards goals, but I don't want to feel stressed or anxious or in a hurry or hustling to do that. I want it to be easy. Um, so, yeah, I know that's what I want. And I guess to get there, we just do one thing at a time. You know what? I'm going to make these yellow. If I don't like it, I can color over it in the dark purple later. I don't know if I like that. Well, we'll see. And this is such actually a good metaphor for life. You just don't know what it's going to be like. Every excuse me, every single pen stroke I've done here is one that I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'm not exactly sure if it's the right move to make. But isn't that life? Like, you never actually know until you get to the end and you look back and you're like, "Huh, that's how all the pieces fit." So, yeah, yeah. No pressure. Be happy. Enjoy the journey. That's really all we got is the journey and what we learn along the way. So, I don't know. What do you think about the orange and stuff? I think it's actually kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. I might stay like pretty light with pink and purple in the middle and get like darker towards the edges, like more solid colors than the stripy stuff um, on like his arms and stuff. But I kind of like it. I want to keep going with it. Yeah, I'm going to color in for a little bit more, I think. I'm enjoying this. All right. Well, um, thank you for joining me today. Oh, for this Friday's video, let me give you a little teaser. It is When Should You Quit Something? My 21-year mistake. Yes, and that makes me feel like I'm aging really quickly. um, so I talk about my kind of dance experience with competitions and stuff, and how I decided to quit a competition this year. And it was honestly like the best thing that kind of set me on a trajectory of saying no to things and people that I either drain my energy or don't light me up. Um, and kind of a this has been a year of setting up boundaries for myself and sticking to them, both energetic boundaries, well, kind of only energetic boundaries around people. Um, and I think that, I mean, this year compared to last year um, has been so much more calming and feels really good. Like, this has been a good year. And we just got to take it one step at a time. Okay, well, this has been a long one. I'm about to sign off again. Have a great day. Have a great week. I'll see you on Friday for that video on when you should quit things. Um, yeah, and just remember that the picture's never complete. We can always change our minds on whatever we do. So you don't have to do it alone. And you don't have to follow the path that everyone sets for you. You can make your own way, and that's okay. Even if, like me right now, I have no clue what I'm going to do. I'm very much a planner, and I like to set plans. And you should see my Notion account, tables and databases and tracking things, and I love it all. But I think what suits my lifestyle best right now is real like flexibility. So it's finding that balance of planning and flexibility. And actually, I can't find a lot of YouTube videos on that. So, like planning and getting things done with a really flexible schedule. So I'm going to make my own way. And I'll let you know how it goes. Peace.